Today we'll be going over how to disagree and still win without intimidation. My name is AJ and I like to read books and record the most valuable part of them. So that way we can both learn how to change our lives. No one likes to be corrected, even when they say something that is absolutely incorrect. So like think about YouTube comments. You think back to the time that someone disagreed with someone on YouTube. They're like, this shit doesn't work, or this guy's being wrong or something. If you replied, that's what I did. I replied to them. No, you're wrong, This person's right. They have all they need. They would get so pissed. The next reply would be like 3, 4, 5 reply chain. It'd just be them just spreading their hate and bullshit. So I'm realizing now, like, okay, people do not want to be told they're wrong. People do not like being told they're wrong. Absolutely not. You'll learn why later in this video, or in about 30 seconds. Your prospect tells you he would never buy your product because it doesn't have the capacity to cross-file data to the 109th mega degree. You know that's not true. It does have that capacity, but if you come out and tell him that he's wrong, he'll resent you. You can convince him logically of the fact that your product can not only cross-file data to this 109th degree, you could also do it at the speed of light while blindfolded, and he'll still find a way to say no. He will say no to protect his ego. That's very important. Keep that in mind. Would you agree with that? 9 times out of 10, we've seen that happen where people will say, no, I don't care. No matter what it is. To protect their position of ego. You don't want to be told they're wrong. Your boss gives you back a report you handed in and asks you to correct one area that you knew was right. You researched it. You checked it. You double-checked it. You found someone else to correct it. You know you're right. How do you tell your boss? How do you think they'll respond? If there's a slight chance that her ego might not be wholeheartedly appreciating you pulling it out. If there is a tiny chance, she'll somehow find a way to make it both it and you wrong. Either right now or in your next report. There is more than a tiny chance that she'll do that. Just a tiny chance. Phrase your disagreement in a way she can live with it and even appreciate it. Take the honest off her and put it in your own understanding. Lack of understanding. This works like a charm. When having to disagree with another person's statement in order to get your point across and get what you want, it's often best to lead into the correction with statements such as, correct me if I'm wrong, I didn't understand, could you please clarify for me? The best reason why this works is because now you approach the situation from a student mindset. When you approach it from a student mindset, then it makes sense. Then at that point, it makes more sense, like, oh yeah, he doesn't know. Well, that's fine, I'll just teach him. Because he didn't know that before. Instead of coming at it full force saying like, it was your fault that this doesn't work, you come at them from the student mindset. The mindset of, I want to learn why this is like this. Instead of saying what I just said before, you come across as more approachable. You come across as more of a person who's willing to learn from the person in front of them. And just that fact by itself makes that person in front of you more likely to teach you, like, oh yeah, of course I'll teach you. This is like one of the best ways to go about telling people they're wrong without putting it all on them. Pat tells you he can't deliver you new furniture by Friday. You can react by saying, we did it the same day for Dave Sprindisi on a special delivery order. Instead, why not respond with, Joe, correct me if I'm wrong. You know these things much better than I do. Weren't you able to get my friend Dave S. furniture to him in on some sort of, I'm not sure, special delivery order? You know for a fact Pat would react way different. Respond much different if you said it like that instead of was that the former? The latter and the former. The latter is the latest one, the former is the first one. Marjorie says, I don't like how that looks in this particular order. 2 days earlier, that's exactly the order she says she wanted it in, and now changing the order would cost you a lot of time and money. But if you come out right now and react to her like that, she won't budge a inch. Why not lead into your statement with, Marjorie, could you clarify something for me? Because I want you to be totally happy with the order. I interpreted what you said to look this way. It really does work great too. Your judgment was right on the mark. Can you review this step by step? Keep in mind, when having to correct someone who is wrong, you need to do so without offending them in their ego. Use phrases that allow you to tactfully move into the information you need to express in order to get agreement from that person. So this reminds me of a few months ago. I was arguing with someone in the YouTube comments. And for a second I just realized, I sat there and I was like, wait, hang on. This guy is not going to change his agreement this guy's not going to change his stance if I just keep hammering him with the same points that I know that I'm right. So I did this kind of weirdly. I withdrew from the conversation, but I also respected his opinion and his moral. Basically what he was saying about the concept, the debate. It's like an anime debate. Who's the strongest character? So it's like, okay, I expect that you think that this character is stronger than this one, and I expect my own opinion that I believe that this character is stronger than this one. Whichever you believe, man. I said, I respect you, and have a nice day. See you later. That's how I wanted to end it. I get a reply from him an hour later, and he's like, respect, man. In fact, and suddenly, out of nowhere, he starts to change his viewpoint. He's like, you know, I am starting to see now how this character could be this character simply because I said, alright, man, it's fair enough. That's entirely on you, whatever you want to believe. See you later. It's the act of making this guy feel appreciated for his beliefs that somehow got him over to my side. Isn't that so crazy? Anyways, your actual step for today should be to write down when. It's just to write down when. When at a certain time would be a time that someone would be wrong. You could just go to YouTube comments. You could just go to some random YouTube video about a very popular topic. Scroll through the comments and you'll find an argument. And just look for an argument somewhere and say, correct me if I'm wrong. Just make sure you come at it from the student mindset, okay? That's the actionable step. When you know what this, find any YouTube comment section, Reddit, anything, or in your real life. Find a situation in which they're wrong. You know they're wrong, but you don't want to tell them that they're wrong directly because you don't want to fuck up your relationship. In that situation, you know exactly what to do. You come at it from the student mindset.